Yeah, it's a very personal story because it is centered around my relationship with my grandfather. Next month in July, it'll be 10 years since he's passed. And when he got diagnosed with cancer, and he was in the hospital, I didn't really get to go see him because I didn't want to see him that way. It was hard for me to see him that way. And then by the time I got the energy and the courage to go see him, my mom got the call very early in the morning. And the one thing I truly remember was I was in the fetal position on top of three chairs that were against the wall. And I had cried so much that day that every day since I felt like I haven't cried enough because I cried so much that day. And my grandfather still is my best friend. I mean, if you ask my dad and my aunties, it's different. They all have their relationship with my grandfather, but I have my relationship with my grandfather. My grandfather was my best friend. He would literally, like in the film, in my life, there are a lot of parallels. Um, and it all revolved around me asking myself if he would be proud of me today. And I didn't necessarily know how to answer that question. In my
Mm.
mind, in my heart, I know he will be,
Of course.
but I felt like I just needed to hear him tell me one more time, right? So I decided to give myself some emotional closure by writing this story called That's Life, where this motivational speaker is getting ready for a book tour. He's doing a commercial. And while he's there, he gets the same tragic news I got. He's dealing with a lot. He has been away from family for a long time. And it's very similar to like if anybody has ever watched Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins,
Okay.
it's the same idea from that, where you have someone who hasn't been around family for so long and decided to go out and doing his own thing and he created his own life. And then he has to face family again. So that was similar to what Joseph Henderson, the character in the movie, had to do too. And it's a very, like I said, it's a very personal story, but it's my way of being able to have that last conversation with my grandfather in the way that I should have had when he was still here. And it was very, very difficult to write that part because there was a lot of pain that I had to deal with. There was a lot of memories that I had to remember and a lot of feelings that it was hard for me to do that, but I'm glad I did it, and we are here at this point now.
Understood. Understood. Now you said it was difficult to write. Was it difficult to shoot, or was it easy to shoot?
It was a mix of both.
Okay.
I remember having a conversation with my friend, and I was asking her, like, how am I going to be able to direct this film without my emotions getting involved? And she said, as long as you have your shot list, you'll be fine. So I'm like, okay. So I had my shot list, and there was one scene that, and everybody will talk about too, but there was one scene that we filmed, and it was so emotional that after we cut, there was like silence on set for like 15 seconds because it was so heavy. And for me, it felt heavy for me because it's like it reminded me of when I got the news, and I'm just like, whoo, whoo, like my God. And it was difficult for me to direct as well, but it felt good to know, even after I got clips, like to be able to see it and then to feel it again was an amazing process.